Hi, this is Rick, and I just brought home my new Frabill Trekker Deluxe. The wife forced me to buy it, which is great. She's my sponsor. Should be Frabill. She wants me to be comfortable when I ice fish. So we're not going to beat this one to death. What it's going to be is I'm going to show you how it comes, open it up, show you the bits and pieces, brief parts of how to put it together, and what to look for when you're doing it, and what it looks like when it's together. So I hope you enjoy this, because there's no updated videos on YouTube of what to expect when you buy one and what are you buying. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy this. Thanks. Bye bye. This is the Frabill Trekker Deluxe and all the stuff that comes with it in the box. I'm all excited, so I'm putting it together in the only area we've got right now. It's 10 below zero outside, and I ain't doing it in the garage. When you get your Frabill home, in this case from Canadian Tire, I've opened the top of the box. There's your sleigh, which is about 60 inches long. There's some of your upright poles and other items that they've packed in the box. So you basically are started at unboxing it. Okay, so you pull it out of the box, and this is basically what you have. I know the light's bad, but I'm all excited to put it together, and it's about roughly 5:30 at night, January, late January, and I'm all excited to get it together. So that's what you got in the box when you do it. And there you go, the whole thing slid out and ready to be assembled. Okay, there's what you get in the box. There's the two seats, still wrapped in plastic. There's one of the seat bases right there. There's the metal seat bases, some other unknown product. There's the actual cover for it, and of course, when in doubt, read the owner's manual. Always works for me. And there's a whole bunch of little poles and bits and pieces, and the longer poles, which we have, are up on the stairs, and there's the poles right there. That's your uprights that go over your head, and we'll get all this. Oh, and your sleigh, of course. Nice sleigh. Back in a minute. There's what you get in the box for the corners. There's your brackets, fittings, nuts and bolts, tow rope, and some clevis brackets. As shown in the instructions, which I'm trying to get my shadow out of, there's your corners that go on, all your bits and pieces. There they are sitting in the bottom. And there it is, mounted up on the corner. Not mounted yet, but it's going to be there. Here we are getting prepared to start assembling. There's all our little bits and pieces, our manual, and one of your best investments for putting one of these together is one of these, which is a Mastercraft Canadian Tire free advertisement for your 12 volt lithium ion drill. This thing is powerful. Buy yourself a set of these adapters. These are drive adapters. You get them in sets of 3, and see what they let you do is they let you use a socket in your electric drill, and it's just great for doing projects like this. There's the corner brackets installed on both corners. And there's the windbreak clamp, which I'll let you know later how loose it has to be. And we continue. Ooh. Next is your pole pieces that go on your corner brackets. And there they be, all wrapped up nice and tidy. As our diagram shows, there is our side poles. There is a side pole right there, and there's a little bracket that it's showing it's sitting in. 3 brackets per side, and there's one of the brackets loose. You get a little package of them with it. There's your side brace poles, the short 26 inches. You need the square-headed bolts to fit through the square hole in the side. Alright, perfect. Then what you need is this little bracket. Goes on the bolt. Sorry for the camera work. I'm a simple man. And then you put the pole on. Well, there's the side brackets installed. This is supposed to be the guard, I guess, it goes on to keep your windbreak up. You've got one on both sides. I don't know how loose they're supposed to be, but as you can see, they're all severely bolted in there. So we'll just play it by ear and see what happens. There's the rails installed. Back one's not installed because I'm going to put the tent on next. And then I got to figure out how to use the spreaders. There's the U-frames, and they're all on to the halfway point, halfway pin, as it says in the instructions. Alright, we put the tent on basically by the instructions. You're looking at the top front pole, the one that goes out on the ice when you flip it over, which is called the bent U-pole. And we've just basically got the stuff put on there for right now with the Velcro as they indicate we should do. I don't have any of the spacer poles in, but I've got the assembly together, and the spacer poles I'll be putting in shortly. I am not putting the seats in, and I'll tell you why in the next segment. What we have to do now is fix the backside flap with that rubber U groove stuff they give you. Okay, there's the back strip. That's a little mark I made on it for the center and the center of the sleigh. And make sure you got your corners centered on the corners of the sleigh, not off to the left or the right. And I brought it out, the molding all the way around. I haven't put the screws in yet. This is set up in my living room, so you have to be understanding. And basically what we got in here is I put the spreader poles in. That one goes in that little dot base into the sleigh. That's why there's a back or a front to it. And those spreader poles come up and they go wherever you want to really put them, but the instructions tells you. And I've got the front spreader pole right by the door. All the Velcros are done. Don't forget the Velcros down at the bottom. There's 2 of them, and there's a little strap for the front in each corner. And all I got to do now is put the windows in and make sure I get everything tight. But that's basically what it looks like once you get it set up without your windows in, but all your Velcros are done up. And there's the other corner Velcros. Okay, there we go. We've installed the screws on the back strip, and make sure when you do it that you can feel the lip of the material all the way along when you've got the strip on there. And when you get to the corners, try and make sure that the corners are on the corner of the sleigh. You measure center line when you start, and then you go from there. I had a little extra material at the bottom, which I secured now. When you use your screws to hold those corner pieces in, you notice you put washers and lock nuts on those 2, but the front 2 have an aluminum rail in there for strength and for some other fittings, and that's just where the nuts sit. Just there they lock in. Here's the unit all folded down. All I got left to do is to put my toe rings on it. This is done in the house again, so you'll have to excuse the quality of the video, but there's where all your stuff is going to get stashed. And there's lots of room. And just in case it's windy out, I got one of these free endorsement plugs for an HT ice anchor. I like the HT products. And I am not putting the seats in or any of the hardware. I am going to put in one of these nice fold-up chairs from Canadian Tire. They were on sale for $9.99. I think the regular price is around $19, but it's still a deal. Tried it ice fishing. They're excellent chairs. They don't weigh anything. Now, after all the free product placement, endorsements, and shots, this is all you have left when you're finished putting it together. A few bolts, a few nuts. Get you a little worried you're not sure what's going on, and your tow rope. Sorry, I want a more secure tow rope because I'm also going to use it to hold it down in case of high winds. So, if I can get it out on the ice today, we may be able to finish this video off for you on your 2015 updated how to put together your Trekker Deluxe by Frabill. Thank you. You may notice that there's no seats in here. What I'm doing is I'm taking it down to minimum. The sleigh is 16.5 pounds, the tent is 13 pounds, the brackets for everything are 7 pounds, the poles and hardware for the sides and that are 9.5 pounds, and the top poles, which are aluminum, are 6 pounds. That comes to about 51 pounds roughly. The seats are 20 pounds, that's the seats and the fittings, and the seats themselves are another 12, so that's like minimum 32 pounds right off the bat that I'm saving. I'll let you know how it works out.